Hello guys, welcome back to Soil Map channel. Today I would like to chat with you about soil museums and specific objects that might be placed in soil museum. And I would compare two types of soil museums. It's soil museum which has object that separated from the nature, and they put into like a house, like museum. And when you come to this museum, you see something that was took out of nature, and you see, let's call it a stagnated object or fixed object, fixed of the moment when you took it out from the real nature. And such kind of museums are really popular all over the world. One of my favorite, as I say, several of my favorite, is Russian Soil Museum, which you can find in Moscow, which is situated in the building of Moscow State University. It's a really nice museum, and you can find there some objects and exponents from nature. And also a really good example of such museum is World Soil Museum at Isrik in the Netherlands, which is really amazing, and soon we will maybe come to those museums and we'll make film from these museums. But basically it's really an interesting idea. In those kind of museums you see separated objects from the nature. And what is the opposite side of soil museum exponent? And there is one. There is a exponents which still situated in real nature. This exponents, these soils, was not took out of environment, but still this is museum exponent. This is real, and you can find this in Russia also. This is the Kuchayev Museum, really amazing place where you can find classic exponent of Russian chernozem, which is really great and has really big profile and really big A horizon with humus, a lot of quantity of humus in the upper layer of soil. And this was amazing, because when I first came to this museum, I didn't understand how you can have a look at object which is classic chernozem, but this chernozem still in the nature. So you come to the forest. There is a like conservation area, specific area. There is no agriculture or nothing. It's just forest in the museum. You come. There is some trees. There is some field. So small part of trees, small part of big field, and you come to this place. Actually. That chernozem, it's a little bit covered of some places, but still it's in the real life. So there is rain going, there is everything going on around this chernozem. And I think it's a really interesting object, because you can see how this soil looks in a real environment. So you don't see like, you know, specific soil profile which was separated from the real nature and just put on the wall. You can see a real soil with the surface, with soil profile, with environment which around the soil. And this amazed me because, you know, when you think about any other natural objects like biological objects or physical objects, you could not imagine this kind of museum objects possible, because I think soil is something really, really specific. It has really small and very big buffering inside, and really small, really slow time of changing. And that's why you can find some type of soils on the surface, and then you can come year in year in year again, and you will see the same soil on the same place in general. I mean, if you don't do any big influence, or I mean, if you don't have anthropogenic influence, and this is only natural processes out here, so you can see it, and you can see the soil which was here hundreds years ago, and it's still here, and the same. I mean, okay, it's changing a little bit, of course, and there is some research which measures changing of the soil. It's changed a little bit, and by changing of the soil, you can also a little bit come to understanding of real natural soil evolution. It's really slow process, and that's why it's quite interesting. So guys, I would like just to share with you this idea, because I know that a lot of agronomists who are not really soil scientists with soil science background, they sometimes they just couldn't imagine that you can find such museum objects, and this is true. And also you can find like museum expeditions by certain places on Earth where you can find really specific soil, and when you come over and over again, you can still find the soils there. And there are some scientific routes with these specific points where not much agricultural influence or anthropogenic influence or natural influence. So it's just very classic picture of soil. And of course in America I found some such routes, and Australia and Siberia also has these scientific routes. Really, really interesting. It's also can be called like museum exponents. So guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please let me know in the comments. Have you seen this both type of soil exponents, and have you ever visited Seoul Museum, by the way? Would you like me and Nikolai make videos from these soil museums? So let us know what do you like in the comments. See you in our next video. Bye!